What's going on, and welcome to another video. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for all of your support. In today's video, I'm going to be building a high-tech aquascape for my living room. I'm very excited to get this build going, so let's get started. Now, since this tank is in my living room, it's a hot topic of conversation for friends and family that come over and visit. This tank is the UNS 60T, so it's a tall tank, which means it could be a little difficult to scape. I've never done a tall tank like this before, so just kind of going with it as we go. I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to build in this tank, but I'm not entirely sure that it's gonna work. I'm gonna have to get the hardscape in and just kind of do a lot of playing around. So that being said, let's get right into the build. So I always like to start every tank build with starter bacteria, and I like to use the stuff from 2 Hour Aquarist. I'll leave a link in the video description, and if you use my discount code, you'll also get 15% off. Once I had the starter bacteria in, it was time to add the aquascaping. And if you know me and this channel, I always use UNS Controsoil from Ultim Nature Systems. I've used a bunch of Controsoil in past tanks, and I've always found that I get the best results with UNS Controsoil. Again, I'll leave a link in the video description, and if you use this link, you'll also be directly supporting this channel at no extra cost because it is an affiliate link. So for the hardscape in this build, I chose to go with Manton stone. I've really liked using this stone over the past couple months, and I love the colors and the shapes that it has to offer. For the driftwood in this tank, I was able to handpick some manzanita pieces from Beta Botanicals warehouse. If you don't know, Beta Botanicals is a channel sponsor, and I'll leave a link in the video description to their website. After a little bit of work, I was able to come up with this for the hardscape layout. After I added a little more Controsoil into the back of the tank, it was time to add the detail roots to the stone in the front. Once the hardscape was in place, it was time to grab some paper towels and glue all the hardscape together. Because there were so many different moving pieces of wood in this tank, I really wanted everything to be locked down, and I wasn't convinced that the wood wasn't going to float. So by gluing it all together, it ensured that it stays down in the water and stays together as one piece. Once all the hardscape was glued together and solid, I got out the UNS Controsand Bora. This is one of my favorite Controsands because it's such a light, beautiful color. I really think it brings a lot of elegance to any tank that you put it in. Once I had the sand in, this is the final result of the hardscape, which means all that was left to do is to fill it up and get the filter started. Now, once I got the filter on, I determined that I wanted to dark start this tank. So I turned off the light, kept the filter running, and what this does is it allows the tank to cycle without any massive algae outbreaks and plant melt. All right, so it's been about 4 weeks now since I've filled this tank and built the hardscape, which means the dark start is now complete. which means we get to the fun part, and that's planting this aquarium. Before I can plant though, I have to do a quick maintenance session on this thing because there is a lot of diatom algae in here, as well as some algae and some fuzz on the wood. And that's super simple to remove. Just a toothbrush can just brush that off real easily, but then I'll have to do a water change and drain all the water out for planting. So I'm gonna do those things, and then I'm gonna get the plants and plant the tank. All right, so the tank is now emptied. I brushed off all the wood, so it's nice and clean looking now, which means it's time to plant. Just like every build on my channel, the folks over at Boost Plant sent me a ridiculous amount of healthy, beautiful plants. They are a channel sponsor, so I'll leave a link in the video description below for their website. They're the best place to get plants in the United States, hands down. And go ahead and check out the link. It is an affiliate link, so at no extra cost to you, if you use it, you'll be supporting this channel. So let's go get the plants prepared and start planting. Now typically I wouldn't leave a bare spot of aquascaping in a tank like this, but I'm holding out for a specific carpeting plant to get back in stock, so I'll update you on that later on. Once the planting was done, it was time to fill up the tank and enjoy it.